Hey y'all. So I was channeling this song. It goes, I make a say oh, 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 poker face, poker face. I make a say oh, 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 poker face, poker face. Let me tell you something about this energy. So what I was getting from this is that a lot of the times people will move through life and they have their own extreme poker face. Let me tell you about a poker face. Poker face means that you can have an emotion, you can have a feeling, and nobody will know it because the way you look is like this. Like you don't make it seem like you know anything. You don't make it seem like you are doing anything. You're just keeping yourself out of the mix, but you might know something even though you act like you don't know something, right? And a lot of people, they actually get through in life that way. They get through by having a poker face, but most of the time, they're actually the most emotional people out here. They just choose not to share their emotions. They choose not to let their emotions be seen. And that's something that is actually a plague right now. Is that people feel like showing emotions is actually going to hurt them. It's going to put them in a position where they have to be like they are getting the short end of the stick. And just because you show your emotions doesn't mean you get the short end of the stick. But when you show your emotions, you're being raw, you're being authentic. And I mean, if that's not who you are, then I won't say go and do it. But I'm saying if you truly feel a certain type of way, let people know that. Don't let people sit in your face and try to like pretend that something's good when it's not. Don't have a poker face with people when you need to be telling people, you need to be speaking up. You need to be telling people what it is. You need to be telling people, hey, this is what it ain't and this is what it is. Because that poker face sometimes got people playing in your face. And that's what you don't want. You don't want people to be sitting in your face just playing with you. You have a lot of things going on in your life. You have a lot of things to worry about. You have a lot of things that you need to, and 212 was on the clock when I say that. When you have a lot of things that you have to focus on, you understand that you don't got time to waste. You don't got time to lose. You're not going to focus on things that are going to keep you stagnant and worrying about nothing that's going to actually make sense. It's going to put you down. So you actually focus on things that are going to help cultivate something greater for you, something that's going to make you feel better, and so that you don't have to walk around with that poker face. See me? This is me all day. This is me all day. People might see me as like, actually, mind you, I was just looking at a post on Facebook the other day because back in our yearbook in middle school, they said, what if Charisma never laughed or smiled? That's me, kasthebestie, Charisma. What if I never laughed or smiled? I always laugh and I always smile to this day. To this day! To this day! And that's the reason why you got to continue just being yourself, be authentic. Don't let the circumstances and the people around you control who you are. Don't let the circumstances and the people that you grow up with turn you into somebody that you're not. You don't have to be this stoic person. You can be stoic. You can act stoic. There's a difference between acting stoic and trying to look stoic. Looking stoic don't mean nothing because you could still have emotion. You could still have all these feelings that are going to put you in a position where you're going to feel upset. You don't have to walk around with that feeling of being, oh, I can't show anybody how I feel. No, show people how you feel. You want to know why? Because when people understand how you feel, then they can actually get it. Then they can actually understand, hey, that may have hurt that person. Hey, that may have made that person feel bad about themselves. And they can evaluate themselves. But when you have a poker face, people feel like, all right, I can't break this person. Let me break this person. Or if you see somebody, it just helps people expose themselves sometimes. Like, it's like you have to know when and when not to. Know when and when not to. That's a balance. Don't keep it all in one. Don't be all emotional and all poker face. You gotta have balance. Balance is great for this world because a lot of the times people steer too far to the left or steer too far to the right. But you really got to be in the middle because what the hell? How are you going to stay afloat if you're on the left side and you're trying to go underwater on that side? Or you need somebody else on the other side to balance it out then? Or you got to stay in the middle, right? So that's the reason why I'm like, I was hearing that poker face. Like, yeah, they could try to poke you. They could try to poke at you. They could try to do whatever they want to you. They could try to make you feel however they want to make you feel. But yet, Nothing's going to change about you. You're still going to be that same person. It's just like it's just like when you think about it, like poker face, like you poker face, like someone poking you, but you got a poker face. That's just straight bars right there. Like they trying to poke at you, but you still got a poker face. Like, what are you gonna do about that? You can't do anything. You can't do any Daniels. Exactly. So just focus on what you got going on and don't let other people steer you in a direction of trying to be either be on the opposite spectrum of what you want to be on. You be what you want to be, but don't ever feel like you have to hold yourself back so that other people could feel safe. Don't ever hold yourself back so that you feel like other people feel more comfortable than you. If somebody else is more comfortable than you, then there's a problem because y'all should equally be comfortable, right? This is not just somebody else's world. You're living in somebody else's world, that they're living in your world. You guys are equally living a world together. So there can't be no poker faces. If you're going to be, you got to be real authentic, raw. You got to give it up. You got to tell them what the truth is. And sometimes people are not going to give you that energy. And that's okay because once you recognize that somebody cannot reciprocate, that is just an exposure. It just shows you, hallelujah, I don't have to waste no time on you. I don't have to waste my time on you because this is just going to be a waste of time. And you're not going to show me who you truly are as a person at all. Okay, let's get into the cards real quick. Let's get into some cards real quick. 0 fucks given. Like I said, you just have to not care. You be who you want to be authentically. It doesn't matter what people think about you. If you look at this card, this lady, she got this pink jacket on, but she walking in all darkness. Like, oh, she cute, but she got all that darkness behind her. Like people might look at you in a way of, oh yeah, you might be like one of those people who you might be a vibrantly dressed person, or you might be a vibrant person on the inside, or you might express yourself vibrantly, but you have another side to you that actually pulls up as darkness. And that's just balance. And that's why you are showing that 0 fucks given energy. It's like you giving that, I don't really care how you feel about it. I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna act like this, and this is how it's going to be because that's who I am. It doesn't matter. And that's why I'm saying that's why I was really strongly hearing that poker face song, because it's not about like what they were actually saying. I was really hearing it like, people will poke at you all they want, but at the end of the day, you still gonna move the way you want to do. You're gonna move the way that you want to move. You're gonna have that poker face if you need to, but at the end of the day, it's not because you have to. You feel me? Yeah. There's always a way in endless serendipity. There's always a way in endless serendipity. So there's always a way in endless serendipity. Every time that you go through something, you can overcome it anytime. It doesn't matter because you're just being your authentic self. And whether these people are even trying to create a narrative for you, create who you're supposed to be, you chop that down every time. And look at you, fireworks, happy, bliss. Like, yeah, you could say I'm this, you could say I'm that, but regardless, I know who I am. That's all that matters. You don't have to conform to anybody's ideas. You could be the nicest person, but you can also be a bitch. You could be one of the two. You could be one or the other. You could be both. You could be smart. You could be slow. You could be fast. You could be not. You could be all of the above. You could be none of the above. It's just you. And the people who are going to care about you and who love you, they're going to be there for you. And if you need some constructive criticism, they will give you that. People who care about you give you constructive criticism. Because if not, they just move on, right? If someone didn't really truly care about you, they could just move on from you. Or if they truly didn't care about what was going on, they could just move on from you. And sometimes people have to move on from you because you don't care about yourself. So those are the things that could be true as well. We have to look at it from both different perspectives. Love is in the air. See, when you love yourself, that's that energy you get. It's like people are going to love you or hate you regardless. They're gonna have an opinion about what you're doing regardless. So if you continue to just be yourself, the only thing that can continue to grow is you. You're gonna continue to figure out who you are as a person. You have to go through experiences for you. You have to go through experiences for you to even know who you are. You have to go through experiences for you to even understand the parts of you that nobody has seen. How do you expect for you to actually learn or for you to actually know what you want out of life if you never go through anything? Then you're just going to be getting what you get in life and you're like, oh yes, I guess this is good enough. This is all I know. This is all I know. But when you start seeing other perspectives, when you start seeing things from different ways, then you can see, okay, maybe I'm on a different vibe. Maybe I'm on a different angle. Maybe I am growing. Maybe I can be seen from this perspective. Maybe I do have to take a look back and do some introspection. It's not about being the one who has all the answers. It's about taking the time to actually learn yourself. If you learn yourself, everything else doesn't matter. I know me personally, I've mastered self. I mastered who I am. That's the reason why it's so easy for me to separate myself from certain energies because I know who I am. It's not about one person being better than another. It's understanding that this person and this person do not go together. It's like you on a chessboard or you're on a checkers board. One piece is a red piece and one's a black piece. One's a white piece and one's a black piece. They don't go together because they're on different sides. All of these are an extension of you, one person. All of those pieces are extension. All of those pieces are an extension of that other person. So when you look at it like that, it's like, okay, now I understand. Like when you're moving, when you're maneuvering, it's like things are not going to always look the way you think they're going to look. They're not going to sound the way you think they're going to look. But what they will be according to what your perception will show you. So if you feel like somebody is overcoming you, or if you feel like somebody is beating you or something, or making you feel like you cannot be in your core energy or you cannot be yourself, then those are the people that you have to recognize it's time to let go of them. You don't have to have a poker face with them, or you can have a poker face with them depending on how you feel about that person and how that person treats you. Everybody is different, right? So you should never be treating everybody the same, respectfully. You should never treat everybody the same because not everybody is the same. If everybody was the same, then they would get the same treatment and everybody would be in the same positions, right? So you shouldn't have to treat anybody in a way that's not how they should be treated, according to how they're treating you. You treat people with respect, they treat you respect, and then that's how a good relationship starts. But if somebody's not treating you respect, you give them the respect of knowing that you don't have to be in their energy and you don't have to be around them. You could still treat people with respect, but also not mess with them or not treat them in a way that you would treat somebody that you do care about. See, me personally, I got that energy where it's like if I like somebody, I'll be extremely loving, extremely giving, like extremely, like dang near your mom, no stuff. Like I'm dang near a part of you. But but when I don't like somebody, or if I'm not connected to somebody, or if I understand that somebody is disrespectful towards me, ooh, the snip, snip, snip comes so difficult. It's on level difficult. Like you can't even stop the scissors from snipping. That's how hard it is. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I will cut you off so fast if you're not going to be. If I recognize that, oh, me and you don't click. Me and you don't go together. Me and you ain't friends. Me and you ain't like that. Like you a different person than me, and that's okay because I don't have to prove that I'm like you or I'm not like you. It's just the fact of okay, we just don't align, and that's okay. You have to be okay with other people not aligning with who you are as a person. If people don't align with you, that's literally just showing you that, hey, there's more people out there who can align with you. It's like, don't waste your time on things that don't matter. Don't waste your time on things that don't matter. This is going to be a quick live because honestly, I was hearing that song, but I'll be dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be. The day you plant the seed. The day you plant the seed. Whoa, this energy that came across me. This was more of like a loving vibe. Like, okay, so I guess on the other opposite end of the spectrum, there's sometimes people will have a poker face and they have a feeling of love or of enamor. They have a feeling of care. They have a feeling of, I want to be around you, but they're too afraid to show it. They're too afraid to be honest with their own selves. They don't want to give off too much. And this is something I've actually seen a lot with men, but women can do it too. It just depends where you've been raised or who you were raised with. But I've seen this is that people will try to play this game where they try to hold back their feelings and things like that. And it's like, you holding back your feelings is only going to hold you back from the opportunity that you're looking for. And that happens in any situation. That could be in life of love, that could be relationships with friends, that could be with jobs. Anything that you don't want to fully express yourself to, you don't want to be your raw, authentic self. And if this raw, authentic self is giving love, if you don't want to give that just because you're afraid that you're not going to get it back, then that's going to take away from what you're supposed to be receiving, because it's once you put something out into the universe, regardless if it's the same avenue that comes, that same avenue that you're giving it out to, you're going to get it back from possibly a different avenue. It doesn't matter about, okay, you give this love to somebody and they don't reciprocate, you cut them off. I'm never going to get that love back. No, you actually will. And you will get that love back when you finally recognize that the person who you were giving that love to didn't deserve it. So now you have enough love to give yourself so that you can attract the person who actually wants to give you love, or attract that opportunity that actually is going to feed into you, or attract that job that's actually going to make you happy or make you feel stable. You have to be able to make space. You have to be able to give and then not expect, because it comes in many different forms. It doesn't just come in one way. You have to be open to the many different scenarios and the many different ways that things can come to you. It's the same way as information. See, I give information. I do these talks. I get on here and I channel messages, right? But if I get on here and I channel messages and I use my cards, some people might be offended, or they might feel like this is evil. But regardless, I'm still giving the correct message. Regardless, what I'm saying is not evil. Regardless, what I'm saying is not bad. So you can't say that something is evil or something is bad, or connect something with something just because that's what your mind says or what somebody else told you. When you figure out for yourself what is good, that's your discernment. Someone could come around you and they can have black eyeliner. They could be dressed like the scariest person, but be the nicest person in the world. And yes, I mean, your alarms might go off because they are looking like they are not somebody that you should be with or somebody that you should be around. But when you actually get closer and you actually have a conversation, you have dialogue, you recognize that there's so many people out here in best dress, out here, Dapper Dan, over here, look at Spiffy, that are in worse energies than people who are actually dressing like they're in a bad energy. So you cannot judge a book by its cover. You cannot judge a person by a situation that they've been through. You cannot judge information by its source, but sometimes you have to judge the information itself. Use your own mind to discern. Use your own mind to go and look it up, because that's something that we're not doing in these times, is that people will not look up the information themselves. So they will get real knowledge, but because they feel like the source is not correct, they will not look into that information, or they will not take that information seriously. And that's what we have to pay attention to, is that sometimes things that I said this on TikTok the other day, everything that glitters is not gold. Everything that glitters is not gold. So you can think that something that is very shiny is going to glitter, but the whole time inside of that container is just poop. It's just poop. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like the same thing as the title message, poker face. Some people can have a poker face, and you might think that something, they're like one way, but they're really another way. And I was actually watching that show, Bel Air, last night before I dropped my TV. But anyway, I was watching Bel Air last night, and in the show, it was like, Will he jumped to conclusions, and he felt like the guy who was running Zenith, which was Doc, he felt like he was bad because, like, at first he thought he was good because he was working with all these guys. So he's thinking with his eyes, like, okay, this guy's good. He's helping all these other people get out of the hood. He's helping these people get better opportunities for themselves. But then somebody comes to them and says some information, and the way the information comes, then it sounds like he's actually rooting for the wrong side. So then after, he tries to go and rectify the situation by talking to the other people about it. And the people who he was talking about it, they knew a little bit more about the situation than he did. So having a conversation is what really unlocks everything, the truth. Just because something can be, it can sound or it can look like it's correct, or it can look or it can sound like it's wrong, it doesn't mean that it is. It's just the fact that sometimes clarity is needed. Sometimes you just need that additional opinion. I thank you guys so much. I think that was it. Is that it? No? Okay, maybe that's not it. All right, well, while I get the next while I channel next message, like I wanted to, because I was gonna end it, so I was about to do my little spiel, but I have something else to say clearly. But hold on, while I'm holding this thought, follow me on all platforms, and that's Facebook. I'm Charisma, but you can also look me up at kasthebestie. And then I have Instagram, I have TikTok, I have Patreon. I'm here on YouTube. You can subscribe, like, and share this video. In addition to that, I also have my Instagram. Did I say Instagram? Anything. I'm all kasthebestie on everything. And also, dun, da, 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 I just started my first school community. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, this is something I'm so excited about. This is something I'm going to be posting weekly videos on. So you have to get into that school community so that you can actually learn how to grow on your own. We're doing this together, but on our own. I call this real, raw, and authentic. We're just getting started. These are the classes. So go and tap in now. The classes just started yesterday, so you haven't missed out on too much. And if you want to, you can wait, whatever you want to do, just tap in when you're ready so that you can go and learn the things that you need to learn so that you can overcome and you can actually get on your highest timeline, because that's regardless of how they get there, regardless of what it sounds like, regardless of what it looks like, people will get on their highest timeline. It's going to hurt. It's going to feel beautiful. It's going to feel all those things. You can't have a poker face with this one. You can't have a poker face while you're joining me, because with me, it's you get all raw and authentic. You get the nitty gritty. You get that part that makes you look at yourself in the mirror and say, dang, I actually need to do something about this. Yes, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. You live and you learn it again and again till you get it right. Wait. That just brought me back to that journey card. Hold on. I'm here. Hold on. I'm bad on the deck. Be authentic. But I was definitely getting that journey card, like, strongly. It's like, nobody's perfect. You live and you learn it. Literally, Hannah Montana had it right. And I feel like a lot of children's shows, they have a lot of key themes. It's just that it's children watching them. So children are not taking into account thoughts and feelings about what the show is actually meaning. They're just watching the show. But like, as an adult, watching a children's show is actually completely different. It's like you're actually getting in touch with everything that you're learning about. In touch with your body. Yes. You're watching these shows, you actually can dissect it, but you have to really be able to take the time and actually think about it. Like, you can't just watch things and be like, it was a great show. Bye. No, everything is deeper than what it really seems to be. And sometimes people like me, I like to take a deeper look into things. I like to actually dissect things and actually figure out what parts of it go with what and what is going to make this part do this. Like, it's like you have to dissect it and see how things work. I don't know. I mean, that's the neurodiversion in me. I literally like to dissect things and figure it out. And that's why a lot of the times when I learn things, it takes me a little bit longer to learn things, but not like necessarily learn things, but I'm easy to catch on. But when I learn things, I am more thorough because I understand that my brain works in steps. So when I go and I see something, it's like I see it as a whole, and then I have to take it apart and be able to put it back together in order for me to feel like I got it. So it's like if you're doing a math problem, inside of school, they'll give you a math problem and then they'll say, do the math problem. They don't tell you why you got to do the math problem. They don't tell you, why you have to do this way. And that's what makes it very important for me. That's how I learn. That's how it's easier for me to learn. And when I recognized that, it made it easier for me to actually move through life because I know now why I think like that. I know why now, while other people are just like doing what they do. Like I don't like to make mistakes, but even though I do make mistakes, but I prefer not to. I prefer to have all the information. I prefer to do things with integrity and then do it with my all. Because I feel like if I'm not doing it with my all, then why am I doing it at all? I'm like, hello? Hello? All right. Last messages before we get up out of here. Take action. What is a better way to sum up what we've been talking about this whole time? Take action. Do what you got to do. Do what is necessary. Literally, do what you have to do. Because if you don't do what you have to do, then you're going to be feeling stuck. You're going to feel like you're in a position where you got to have that poker face. And living without that mask is such a beautiful feeling. You could be yourself. You don't have to worry about the opinions of others. And while they might have opinions, they don't have to affect you because you're just being you. If you were being somebody else, that'd be a reason for them to have something to say, right? That's why I feel like you can't be anything but yourself. You literally cannot be anything but you. So if you're being you and people don't like you, then that's too freaking bad because who else you gonna be? Like you can be you and you can grow, but you're not gonna be somebody else. And if somebody tries to turn you into somebody else, you're not going to feel that. You're not going to actually be able to feel comfortable in that energy because it's not authentic to who you are. It doesn't feel right. It's just not right. It just doesn't work. So make sure that you're taking the time to understand that you have the ability to get what you want out of your life. You just have to take the action. Don't sit there with a poker face and expect that you're gonna get what you want. They say closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed. And that's a fact. You heard that? I know that's right. All right. Bye, besties. I'm going to be back again very, very soon with you guys. I loved doing this YouTube stream. I actually like it a little bit better than Twitch. But it's okay because I will do both. But I'm not doing the readings on Twitch or doing any oracle on there. That's pretty much just straight up talking. Just channel the message I get. And most of the time, the messages that I get are just channel thoughts. Like I get these thoughts and they come to me and then I just speak about it. And the fact that I can speak about it for so long, that just goes to show you that it's not a joke, baby. This is not a joke. This is some serious information you should be listening to. And if you're catching it on the back end, well, then you just have to like, share, and subscribe so that you can catch me on the next one. But thank you guys so much. It's been your girl, kasthebestie, and we will be with each other, Betty, soon.